you like to, would play a post, please?
Yes, I would. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for each person here. Please guide and direct us in our decisions. That would be joyful to you. Let us act like people that you expect us to do. All these things we ask in Jesus' precious and wonderful name.
Amen. I'll call the February 9th Planning Commission to order. We'll have a roll call.
Mr. Robinson, Walter Robinson.
Yeah.
Sheriff Robinson. Alton Allen.
Yeah.
Diane Barnes Rhodes.
Here.
William Kane. Andy Owen.
Here.
Kim Wilder.
Here.
Steve Allen.
Yeah.
Joanne Torrey.
All right.
Here.
We got
Document space in there. You got it. All right. Number 3, approval of the agenda. You have it in front of you. Is anything to be added, Mr. Pope?
you. No, sir.
Okay. Can I have a motion to approve the agenda as you have it in front of you? Have a motion, is there a second to that?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, say aye. Any opposed? Agenda is approved. The minutes from the meeting of January 12th, they were on attachment A. Assuming everybody has had a chance to check them. I didn't see any issues. If you feel comfortable that they are correct, I'll entertain a motion to approve them as they're printed.
I thought they looked good. I think a motion to approve.
We have a motion, is there a second?
A second.
We have a second, any discussion on that? If not, say aye to approve. Any opposed? The minutes are approved. I noticed you must vote tonight in the regular session, that's because we've had a public hearing on this already.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The first up is the ZTA-2-20. It was deferred January 12th meeting. Do you need to go over your stuff again, or we just listen to it?
I don't think I'll go over it unless y'all have some specific questions. I know in the last meeting, some of y'all wanted a more detailed site plan of where the facility would sit and what the facility would look like, and that has been provided to you in the information sent out prior to this meeting. Just to kind of recap the application, the applicant wants to do a natural resource recovery, refining, and recycling facility in order to extract the methane from the agricultural waste and inject it into the pipeline that crisscrosses the property, and the byproduct of that will be sold as a soil implement, the biochar. You know, that you brought last time, can be sold as a soil implement. Does anybody have any other specific questions?
I think Mr. Robinson has a question concerning the last time, did you not?
Well, I was just curious, is it water and sewer out there? Public water and sewer?
No, just public water. The county worked with Northampton County back, I think it was 05, right a while ago when they started that subdivision. We have a master meter to North Carolina line, and we extended water to the subdivision.
I'm just curious, because it's a great big building. I'm just wondering if they might sprinkle this thing.
Jeff, I'm speaking to the mic. I can.
I said, this, am I on?
You are.
Okay.
Just.
I was just,
It's not good. Yeah, he had mine for this.
Even though that.
quick draw.
You cut back and reach all the time?
Is that better?
There you go.
I was just curious if the public water, 'cause this is a great big building, I was just curious if they might have to sprinkle this thing. Was it being 75,000 square feet, you know?
Jeff, I'm not as familiar with the building code as probably you are, or the gentleman here tonight. I would have to ask an engineer or the building official if sprinkling the building would be required.
Any other questions? We let Mr. Carroll address those If, Mr. Carroll, if you want to address that issue.
Oh, to address the sprinkler issue? Well, I'll tell you what, I might defer to my partner, Martin Redeker, who is well versed in all the.
I don't know that, I
responsibilities
know, I don't know
of-
that, I apologize, Martin Radiker,
Just repeat your name for the record, please.
Martin Radiker, in our free. I'm not well versed completely with you guys' building code, but, when we get ready to submit our building plans to go for permit, we plan on meeting all the UDC requirements and, if, I'm sure that there will be some concern if we need to do that. I'm sure that there would be the ability to be able to create storage on site in order to be able to have the necessary allotment of water to be able to take care of the sprinkler until the fire department got there.
Just wanted to bring that up, because that, you know, that's a real big deal, because, you know, this is a big facility. And just wanted
Well,
to.
we're gonna wanna take care of, from our standpoint, we wanna protect our investment as well. So that would definitely be something from a safety standpoint for us that we'll be addressing to make sure that we can make it until your emergency people are able to respond and assist or help.
Well, sounds like y'all already considered that, that's the main thing.
Most definitely.
Any other questions of this gentleman?
Yeah, where does the gravel road go? The needed building, where does it go? The gravel road, where does it go with the needed building? It goes off the property, I tell you, on the property?
I'm sorry, sir?
You got a gravel road, the needed building.
Martin, I think we're talking about this one. Here, that was actually.
The gravel road, where the gravel road goes to? That gravel road, if you look at that site plan, on there, it's a bigger, so we cut it off just to blow it up for you. Not even in our property. Correct, it does not leave the property. It just dead ends down there at the pipeline. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Certainly.
Mr. Carroll, if you had any other comments you wanted to make, I don't know if anybody has any more questions. You need to tell us anything else, or
No, I really came just to answer any questions that anybody else might have from the additional information we provided, or if anybody read through some of the other material and had questions, we're happy to answer. But really, no new information on our part.
Mr. Carroll, I was under the impression last time you were here that you were gonna purchase, all 212 acres. And so I understand from him that that's not the case. Because I was concerned again about the building being this close to the highway and being this close to a house that's located there. So, but I guess there isn't anything that we can do to move the facility back a little bit, because you're only gonna purchase around 37 acres.
Correct, so somebody else has the rest of the property under option. We have the option to buy that land that is currently in the subdivision plan. And the reality is that it'd be very difficult for us to move anywhere else on the property. If we go actually to the southeast corner, if you head down that way, you run into, there is Blue Line Stream down there, which we're trying to avoid. The biggest issue is topography. That cul-de-sac sits at about 160 feet. And if you go down to that northeast corner, it falls all the way down to 60. So you're actually losing about 100 feet of elevation across the property. So I assume that's why they cited that cul-de-sac where it is anyway. So that's really kind of, that's the best place for us to be and disturb as little land as possible.
So how many acres are you purchasing?
That is about 25 in there. So what we were attempting to do is to buy all the lots that were in that subdivision plat and then vacate it.
We don't know where the gas line going to the main gas line, but
So you're asking where is our gas line going?
You know, y'all own that land, though.
Yes, so we'll buy that strip, so we'll own that, be simple, going down that, boundary line of the property.
Hey, Kim, you've been to the site, haven't you?
Yes.
I'm a little embarrassed that I didn't drive over there. I haven't been up there in probably 15 years. What's that, the trees like in front, the front buffer?
It's not much. I mean, you can see the gravel road, you know, when you approach it. You just can't see where the cul-de-sac is, where it's shown here, where it kind of, it comes straight. You can see the bend, but then where it comes straight, you can't see it. But you'll definitely be able to see the building once they, you know, put the building there, because they'll have to cut some trees to be able to build it. And then behind that is a little bit of a clearing. I think there's a cemetery back there, behind it a little bit. But then, to the east of it is woods. There's just scrubby. It's not a stand of timber or anything. It's just kind of scrubby looking. And then your next neighbor is, you know, is in North Carolina, and there's a home right there.
What do you think about that 50-foot buffer along the south property line?
Well, I mean, I'd like to see it. I'd like to see more of a buffer.
Is it kind of dense?
No, it's not that dense. I mean, again, my main concern, you know, was that I was thinking at the last meeting that it could be moved, you know, more northeast away from his Covington's house, but because I was thinking that he was going to purchase all 212 acres, but obviously that's not possible now.
On this drawing here, we said that vegetation to remain, and it looks like it's planted vegetation, but this will be vegetation that's still there.
There's vegetation there, and if it is not, we're gonna replant, so we will actually expand that. And I don't believe, and I think what we would attempt to do is prevent the line of sight from Miss Covington's house back to the plant. There's a little bend in that driveway there. When we get out there and survey it, but that was the intention, that if you were from her house, you wouldn't be able to see the plant.
Is she on the Virginia side or the North Carolina side?
She's on the Virginia side.
Okay.
She's right on the corner of Colorado Spring Trail.
Right, she bought that first lot.
Yeah.
On one road.
All right.
Yeah, because that's my thing, man. I would like for that buffer, well, if you couldn't see through it, that would be ideal. You know, and actually did serve as a visual buffer.
And we can, I think that, the pine that's in there, it's probably 15, 20 years old, so it's gotten up a little bit, so the understory's cleared out, so you can see through there. So, you know, what we were kind of wrestling with is, do you come back in and clear some of that, because you're not getting enough sunlight down there to really get the understory back up, which would sort of give you some sort of screen. But I'm sure that we can probably find some sort of vegetation that will grow with the amount of sunlight that's in there. Either that, or we plant out closer to that back border on our side. So we'll at least cut that down, so we'll really have a vision screen on the back side of that. You'll probably still be able to see through some of this, because it's scrubby, but it's relatively mature. It's been there for a while.
What y'all could offer to supplement with some sort of a vegetative barrier.
Yeah, we'll do some supplemental plantings in there and try and, create a visual barrier there, even if it's some ornamental trees, where we're gonna get a, more dense foliage. But, they won't have timber value, which we don't care about. So we're planning for that express purpose of really cutting down that line of sight back into the plant.
Then can we get that language in there somehow as a condition?
Yes, sir.
That'd be great.
We can do that.
Okay, any more questions?
We can use the language similar to what we've done with the solar ordinances, as far as the vegetative buffer strip. So we can incorporate that as a condition.
We could do that along Spring Church and then along the south property line too. Because I guess that's a residence or two there in North Carolina or across the line.
Yeah, it's a nice house. It's right there, right on the road.
Yeah, so if we could protect those two residences.
And I think Martin reminded me also, which we might try, and it might work pretty well. We use, in some of our process, we use a scantless grass. It's actually a giant scantless. And it actually gets up to about 10 feet. It's pretty dense. It actually is a pretty flowering plant, but we might use that too along those borders to really, sort of cut down that line of sight, but have still be visually appealing. So Martin just reminded me of that, so, we can certainly figure out a way to do that, one way or the other.
Okay. The SP-9-20. Basically the same thing, the special use permit for that, but we want to get that language in there prior to voting on that.
The language I talked about would be in the special use permit, not in the zoning text
Not
amendment.
in the zone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of jumping the gun, I'm sorry. I don't think there's anything we need to add to the ZBA. We got the definition, we have the use, with it being required special use permits. I think that we're covered on the ZBA. Most of what we talked about will go into the SUP conditions.
Yeah, but the SP-9-20, we get ready to vote on tonight.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions? Have we answered all the concerns?
The one last thing I had is all of VDOT's list of comments they had.
Yes.
I guess that'll be a standard condition that's met.
Yes.
Site design.
Yes.
Do we have, are those conditions listed in here, Leon?
They aren't listed because I didn't get the VDOT list until after this was sent out. I just put it there, they must be reading it. I put one of our general conditions, the applicant is responsible for obtaining all required local, state, federal permits, yada, yada. And the last one listed was the VDOT land use permit.
Leon, you and your staff report, where are you?
I'm on the conditions on condition number 3.
Oh, I numbered them, it's page 7 of the report.
Okay.
You just have to count.
Okay.
You just have conditions at the top.
Yeah.
All right, I'm with you, tell me where you are?
Number 3, condition number 3, the last sentence.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And all those items in VDOT's response, they have satisfied to get the land use permit issued from VDOT.
And for the visual buffer, are we gonna add a condition for that?
Let's see, I think I will amend condition number 8. Applicant must maintain a minimum of 50-foot vegetative buffer. I can amend that to require vegetative plants that sufficiently screen the property to the west and the south.
Man, what, can we do like 150 feet in the front, because they got that now almost, or probably have more than that now.
I don't think 150 feet will be fine. I don't think we need plant 150 feet, but just leave existing vegetation and fill in on the backside, like Mr. Carroll's talking about, so you can't see it on the story.
Yeah, because we say maintain, and it looks like from the scale of this, there's more than 150 feet already in the front.
There's more in the front. We're a little more limited on that side buffer. It's actually pretty dense on the, as you move down towards the pipeline, which you start to get some topography in there. So that buffer in there is closer to 50 feet. You're right on the front, that's much. Those are actually the 2 lots. Those in front, those are the 2 adjacent lots, which we just indicated there that we leave those as it is, as the buffer.
You know, if we can get that language to maintain, preserve that.
Yes.
The minimum 150 in the front.
150 on the west side, and then we'll do the 50 on the south side for Carolina residents. The 150 screen is Pepperidge property.
Okay. If that's all discussion, we need to, vote on ZTA 2-20. We heard from the January meeting in our -3 LLC. Motion, anyone?
So we're doing an amendment to the zoning ordinance first.
Right.
Yeah.
That's up here.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be happy to make that motion.
Please do.
So how should I say it, as proposed?
So you make a motion to approve ZTA, as presented by staff.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, I make a motion to approve, ZTA 2-2020, as presented by the staff.
There's a motion on the floor. Can I get a second to that? We have a second. Any further discussion on that? Hearing none, I assume you're ready to vote on. All in favor, say aye. All opposed? That motion is carried. Okay. That's the SP -9-20. Now I'm a little bit confused over here myself. Y'all have to straighten me out. We've been talking about amending the cover and all of that, and we need to hold back on this till we get that amended, or we don't?
That'll be, we can amend the conditions right now. We can recommend approval of S
Subject to those.
and just put a statement into amending condition number 8 and amend the VDOT condition, which is number 3, to include all VDOT's language.
And we've also got to amend number 1.
Yeah, number 1, yeah.
Okay. Do all the commissioners understand what we're doing here? I'm not sure I would, but I think I do.
What'd you say about number 1?
Number 1, I was gonna put the total acreage of the, and I'm just gonna put approximately 30 acres, because they'll have to be surveyed. It could be 25, it could be 31 acres once they, survey everything we need more down to the pipeline, just so we can distinguish it from the rest of the 212 acres.
Right, because right now it appears that it's on all 212 acres.
Yeah. I didn't want it to appear like it's on the whole 212 acres.
Okay.
Gotcha.
We're gonna put approximately 30 acres on number 1.
Yeah, it's gonna be, what Lynn is saying, it's gonna be a special use permit is hereby granted to NR3 LLC for the establishment and operation of natural resource recovery, refining, and recycling facility on property known as tax map 55-16, lots 2 through 17, and a portion of tax map parcel 55-49, totaling approximately 30 acres.
Okay. And there was another adjustment on number 8.
Correct, that's what we're going to add the 150-foot buffer to the west and 50-foot buffer to the south. And then I'll use language similar to what y'all approved for the solar projects.
So that it's a visual barrier.
Correct.
Okay. Any other questions on that? All right. Have a motion to, on SP-9-20, please.
Do we need to make sure that, answer my question. So we're not adding any more, we're just revising 3.
One,
So we're still gonna have 13.
yeah, we revised condition
1, 3, and 8.
3, I'm going to add all the VDOT language that just sort of spell out. And then we'll, amend condition 8, talking about the buffers, vegetative buffers.
Okay. All right, having those changes, can I have a motion?
I move to approve, based on the 13 conditions that we just spelled out.
Is there a motion to approve the SP-9-20, Ms. Wiley,
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
with the conditions, with the changes that we talked about?
Yes, sir.
Does everybody understand what we're doing? Okay, I need a second to that motion if everybody's happy.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on that? Hearing none. Sorry. Question? Thank you. Hearing none. I assume you're ready to vote. All in favor of approving the SP-9-20 with these changes, say aye. All opposed? It is approved. Other matters, Mr. Pope.
Did y'all get your year-end report? Everybody got annual report?
I've seen it.
We got extra copies.
All right, we're gonna talk about it.
If you want to.
Okay, well, I've seen it. I don't think I've already with it. Everyone knows that we are.
These were in the packets that were now received. that
Well, I got
were-
that package eventually.
Did you get yours?
But nobody bought it tonight.
That's fine. Yes, sir. You're welcome back.
Okay, Mr. Pope.
All right, for this past year, when we look at zoning map amendment cases, we had 3 cases. Two, she didn't see them. Plexiglass. 2 of the 3 received favorable, recommendations. When we get to the zoning text amendments, we had 2 zoning text amendments, this past year. We had ZTA 1, which was the, adult outreach center. And then we had ZTA 2, which is the one you heard tonight, was continued from December, when they, applied. So both of those have been approved. We had 1/2232 review for solar facilities this past year. That was the, Fountain Creek project, and that received approval and determined it's in accordance with the, well, a substantial conformance with the comp plan. And we had 8 special use permits this past year. Let's see. And 5 of those were approved.
It says 9 cases.
It says 9, I think she counted the one we had
That was
tonight.
last year,
Because
SP9 started last year.
yeah, that's right, it started last year, I'm sorry. It was 9, you're correct.
Okay.
And let's see. Yes, so we had 6. I take that back. 5 were approved, 4 of their applications were rescinded by the applicants. Let's see, variances, we did not have any variances, which is good, this past year. No residential subdivisions, and, as you're well aware, we are reviewing and going through comprehensive plan update, right now. So, if you don't have any questions, we would like for y'all to formally adopt this as the 2019 annual report.
2020.
2020, I'm sorry.
We knew what you meant.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
do we need
It's been a
to,
rough week, I'm sorry.
do we need to vote on that?
Yes.
Make a motion, we accept.
Second. That, all approved, say aye. All opposed? The planning commission and report is approved.
I have one other item. I want to remind everybody, that next week on the 17th, we have our next workshop to review the progress the Berkeley group's doing. So instead of trying to mail out the applications, we will hand deliver right away.
Good deal.
Then what time does that start?
Six. Some of this information, I will be emailed to you also. I'm going to, for those of you that have I don't have anything else.
Okay, that's good. It's, and we can adjourn. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion.
Is that second? All in favor, say aye. We are adjourned. Thank you all.